Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome to another episode of the Quack Report. My name's Carter. I'm joined by Nate. We don't have Ducks hockey to talk about. We got one thing that is Ducks related on this episode, but we're going to be breaking down the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs so far on this episode, and as well as just our usual bullshit. So
it's going to be a good time. Sorry, you just said that's almost a trigger word for me now.
Bullshit?
After the Game 5 stream that we had.
Yeah.
I use that word quite a bit, along with another word that starts with F. Yeah, quite a bit during that, but we'll get into that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff later. But I guess, yeah, nobody's really heard from us, I guess, since that stream, have they? Because the last episode that we did of this would have been the day before that game.
Yeah, and then that stream was on a Thursday, so
yeah.
Now we're at Wednesday or Thursday if you're listening to the audio recording of this. But first of all, though, before we kind of get into things here, just want to say a big thank you to everybody that tuned in to the watch-alongs. There were a ton of fun. We got some super good engagement, especially in Game 5. We got upwards of I think 130-ish was kind of what we were doing for the third period. Viewers.
I think I saw 150 at a point. So.
I think we definitely hit that. Yeah. It was kind of consistently 130 for the last little bit there, which was awesome. It's because of you guys that you made it, possible and that much fun. So big shout out to the regulars on our live streams and viewers of the watch alongs there, and Allie and Lauren, you guys were fantastic. Kevin, who usually just I think listens to the recorded version, doesn't really tune into the videos, which is totally fine. He was on a couple watch alongs there, so shout out to Kevin. Yeah, you guys and everybody else that I might have missed as well. I apologize, but those are just the three that stood out to me. So yeah, big shout out to you guys. Just wanted to say that.
And I was that's great that you did that, because I was actually thinking about that. I'm like, we got to thank all these people that tuned in, or that the last time I saw, which was I think the morning after, so numbers might have tweaked a little bit more even since then. But what we did game 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And at the time, those combined for around 20,000 views.
Shit, yeah.
I mean, obviously you're going to have some overlap with certain people or that kind of thing across those.
Mm-hmm.
But that's 20,000 different people almost tuned in to watch with us. That's ridiculous, I think.
Yeah.
But in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, exactly. By the way, I'm sorry about the air horn sound effect. I don't know if that's traumatizing to you now.
No, it's not.
the games 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. And that's not traumatizing to me. That's not traumatizing.
Sounds good. So. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, again, it was just a lot of fun to do those. Undecided if I'll, carry on and do some for the Edmonton, Colorado series.
I think you gotta.
I'll get one in there for sure.
Yeah.
So just don't know when it is, but
and I'll join for a period like I did the LA series, and I'll rock the Avs there.
Yeah.
Our boy Josh Manson. So.
Yeah, I will say, don't get me wrong, I love Manson, and I'm not trying to be biased there. And from what I've seen earlier in the playoffs, he's been phenomenal, but he had a rough game 1. He was -4, on the ice for obviously 4 goals. I don't think he was on for any goals for Colorado there. So yeah, I don't know, some of it was just kind of wrong place, wrong time, but there was also a couple defensive lapses. He made some good hits, which is obviously what they kind of brought him in for, but yeah, even though I'm cheering for Edmonton, I do want to see Josh Manson do some good things. So, but he's had a good playoff so far. He had a game winner in the that was the Nashville Colorado series, I believe. An overtime winner, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious if anybody was a positive in that game in plus minus. I'm actually curious. I'm taking a look right now.
I know for a fact Brett Kulak was, because there was a post on Reddit there about him. But yeah, I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm seeing for Edmonton. And then
let's
see if we can take a look at Colorado.
I bet Makar is a plus. Dude had 3
Oh
points.
yeah.
And,
Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Okay. There's actually quite a few actually for the Avalanche. I thought like with the score being a lot closer than it was, I didn't think it would be this wide, but Cogliano was a +1, Nichushkin was a +1, O'Connor, McKinnon, Darren Helm, shout out to our boy from Medicine Hat. Landeskog, who I honestly forgot that he was back even. Bowen Byram, and then you get Johnson was a +2, and then Devin Taves and Cale Makar were both +3s.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, they fucking shut down that top line.
Oh yeah.
I mean, along with, you know, McKinnon and whoever else is on his wing. I think Nikushkin. And
Nichushkin, yeah.
Nichushkin, thank you. I was like, I know that's wrong, but yeah,
you're not the only one who's been fudging up his name. I saw when I tuned in for the game last night, I was watching like the like Steve Dangle's watch along.
Yeah.
And unlike the THPN one, Sportsnet has the rights, so they were able to show the game at the same time, right? And he was fudging the name up too quite a bit. So
yeah. Yeah, I see Ali's comment here. Don't be a Manson hater, Carter. It's not allowed. I said I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying he just had a rough night. It happens. No, I'm scared now because like he's not going to have another rough night, I bet, and he's going to probably put together a solid game too, which for him means crushing necks and stuff probably.
Speaking of rough nights, we are recording this live. And I have the New York Tampa game up right now. Vasilevsky is having a rough night. That's not a sentence you normally hear. Semi Panarin just put the 5th goal in for New York.
Damn.
At the start of the 3rd period.
Damn, man. People were joking that like the game last night had a total of 14 goals, right? And people were saying like that's probably in that game. That's going to be the same or more goals than the entire Eastern Conference final. And now we're already at, what, 7 goals in that one?
Yeah, it's 5-2 now.
5-2 now. Yeah, so we could be in for some high-scoring conference finals on both sides, not just in the West.
I feel like Vasilevsky's going to have the one game, and then he's going to be like, okay, no, I had my night off. Let's go win 4 straight.
4 back-to-back shutouts to close out the series.
And like for any other goal, you would say that, and it's like, oh yeah, like you know that's not going to happen. But like for Vasilevsky, there's that small part of you that goes, it's possible.
Yeah,
it's totally possible.
yeah, exactly. Like, man, you just can't like assume that Vasilevsky's going to have like bad nights. Like even if he sucked for a whole month, I would like every night I'd be like, oh, he's going to like probably post
tonight he bounces back. Tonight he bounces back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, eventually you'll be right, and then he'll just be like god tier again for the rest of the season or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean we kind of already have dove into the Stanley Cup playoffs. So do you want to, you know, slam on the e-brake and pop this baby in reverse and get to some Ducks news? Or
we can, and I'll add a little quick thing to it. I know, Carter, that you walked the stage for your first degree today. You completed. I guess we both completed at the very start of the pandemic, and you're walking the stage again for your second degree, right?
Yeah.
On Friday. So congrats to you.
Thanks, dude.
So yeah, you can give yourself the clap
down
because you still haven't given me the keyboard sounds. No. Been how many weeks now, dude?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, I literally thought about it like, what time is it? Yeah, like an hour ago. I was like, oh, I should send that to Nate. And then I got distracted and did something else. So yeah, I totally forgot. Thank you, Ali.
No worries. No worries. I'll get it soon enough. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Now do you want to get into some Ducks news here? Okay, cool.
What are you drinking there?
It is a Slurpee. I was like, what is this called?
Nice.
A Slurpee that I got a couple hours ago. So it's at that like weird stage where it's kind of just like ice soup.
Yeah, it's just ice and the liquid.
Yeah.
But it's like a block of ice there.
It's just after that stage where it's
like
the
it's starting to break down again. Yeah,
exactly.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's a large. My girlfriend was like, "Do you want me to bring home Slurpees?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." And then it was a large. I was like, "This is a lot." So I've been nursing it, but I also haven't peed since I started drinking it. So when we take a break,
Oh God, I was gonna say you're gonna have to run like midway through. I'm gonna have to carry the show for a moment because you're gonna be in there for a while.
Yeah.
It's not stopping.
The bathroom is like right across from my office. So you'll be talking and it'll just sound like somebody's got the faucet on like for 2 minutes.
He's got to throw me on the speakers instead of your headphones, and you'll just yell from the other room.
Yeah.
So what'd you think about the Cale Makar goal? I thought it was bullshit. To quote Nate, it was fucking bullshit.
I appreciate how far away you moved from the microphone.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be yelling for that one for a bit.
that is how it would go.
So. But also, you're going to be in a different room, so I just had to prepare the people for what it's going to sound like here in a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You're painting a picture with your voice.
Exactly.
It's a true art right there. All right, Nate. I have no idea who this player is and where he came from, so take it away.
So I didn't have any idea either until the Ducks announced today that they had signed left winger Pavel Regenda to a 2-year entry-level deal beginning next season, the 22-23 season. So Regenda, who is 22 years old, helped Slovakia to a bronze medal at the 22 Olympic Winter Games this year in Beijing. Scored 4 points, was a +5, pretty good, and only 6 penalty minutes. Not bad for a tournament. Mm-hmm. He typically plays over in the Slovakian Extraliga there. He led all players 22 and younger with 39 points in 43 games this season.
Damn, nice.
Not bad. Mm-hmm. He was second in points, goals, and assists for his team. I'm not even going to bother to try to pronounce it because I am not Slovakian whatsoever.
Fair enough.
So somebody can try, send me the pronunciation, whatever. But yeah, so he's appeared now in a total of 93 career Extraliga games from 2020 to 2022. Where he scored 64 points, a +20 rating, and 119 penalty minutes, which is not bad. But he's also got 13 points in 18 playoff games. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's pretty damn good. Yeah. So, yeah, a guy that's able to score and, definitely help his teammates get on the board and that sort of thing. And, the left wing is somewhere we could use a little bit more depth. So, and, this isn't a guy that we drafted or anything like that. So that's why it's a 2-year entry-level deal compared to the 3 that draft picks normally get. Mm-hmm. This guy was a free agent. So, and, but yeah, he's also represented Slovakia for the 2022 World Championship this season, where he led Slovakia with 5 goals and was tied in ranking for second in scoring, 6 points in 8 games. He also appeared at the 2019 World Juniors and the 2017 U18 World Championships. So, yeah. Nice. So a guy that's maybe a bit more known in the national circles and back home for him in Slovakia there. But who knows? Maybe a guy that Anaheim Ducks fans will get to see a little bit more coming up this season. So we'll have to. You got to tune in to find out.
Yeah. You said he's 22, right?
Yes, correct. Born in 1999, July 12th. Yes.
Cool. Oh, so 23 by next season. Yeah. So, yeah, could just be a guy that kind of flew under the radar and will kind of take off as he enters his prime. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to be like a top 6 guy. You never know, right? Who he's going to have chemistry with. But, could potentially be a good depth piece for the Ducks. So
yeah, it'll be good.
At worst, he just lights up the Gulls down in San Diego there.
Yeah, exactly. So, or lights it up for them. We don't want him lighting up the Gulls.
Yes,
scoring on his own team. We don't want to do that.
Actually, Ali just said the same thing here. He's going to the Gulls. So that'll be cool to see him next season. Yeah, so you can.
Well, actually, that says he's going to the Gills.
Oh, gee.
Okay. There's the correction. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you
San
can
Diego
keep us
Gills.
updated there on what Regenda does down with the Gills. So
see, San Jose has the Barracuda. San Diego has the Gills of the Barracuda. Without us, San Jose doesn't live.
Sure. Okay. I totally forgot that the World Championships just ended as well. And there's a couple Ducks playing in that from what I remember. I'll probably miss some because I'm not going to click through every team here and see. But Vinny Lettieri was on Team USA, played 10 games, no points, but 4 penalty minutes, and a -1. So, I mean, not super productive, but also didn't, bleed a bunch of chances. So just I think that was the only guy on Team USA there. Team Canada, I know Comtois was on that team.
I feel like somebody else was, but I can't remember. I really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the World Championship this year. I normally do pay a bit more, but I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm kind of happy we're at the conference finals at this point because I'm actually starting to get a little burnt out with hockey. I love it. Don't get me wrong, and it's not like my joy is going down, but I'm just like, man, okay, I've actually engrossed myself so much into this. Like, I kind of need a bit of a break here.
Mm-hmm. I feel yeah, absolutely. But so, Comtois played 10 games for Team Canada, 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points, +4, a game-winning goal there as well. I think that was in the bronze medal. Or not the bronze, sorry, the semifinal matchup. He is when his game-winning goal was, if I remember correctly. Again, I didn't follow it a whole lot.
You're right, yeah.
But he also gooned it up with a total of 29 penalty minutes in 10 games.
Dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, he would have had a fight or a major in there as well, because it's an odd number.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Comtois. Come on, man. Figure it out.
Max, calm her down, dude.
Yeah.
Calm down, man. Calm down, Comtois.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder here, Ali. She says, happy Dostal was on the winning team. Sad he was hurt and couldn't play since he was brought to be
you're right.
Yeah. Finland beat Canada in the gold medal. I think 3-2 was the final score.
In overtime, correctly.
Yeah. Or 4-3. I don't remember now.
It's a 1-goal game in overtime. There you go.
Yeah. As opposed to Canadians a 2-goal game in overtime.
Yeah. Canadians were sad.
Yeah.
Jeez. New York with 6 now. They just scored on the power play.
Damn. They don't even have Dostal listed here.
Oh, they don't?
No. Unfortunate. I don't even know if he played in any games. So Ali following, keeping us updated on the World Championship.
There you go. 4-3.
It was 4-3, yeah. And people were saying it was a bad ref call too. I heard that as well, but because I didn't follow the tournament, I obviously didn't get invested in it. So I'm just going to check Team Sweden to see if we had anyone play on there, because I know we got quite a few Swedes, but I don't think so. Yeah, no. And then I don't think we would have anybody on any other rosters. Yeah, probably not. So yeah, I think it was just Comtois and Lettieri that played in the World Championship, and Comtois had a pretty solid one. Oh no, they have Dostal on Czechia.
All right, you check that out. And in the meantime,
one game played, 18 shots against. It doesn't have. Why do you have points, penalty minutes, game-winning goals, power play goals, and shorthanded goals for a goalie? Give me the other stats here. That's dumb. Was it Czechia in the final? I thought it was Finland.
No, it was Finland.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, it was Finland and Canada. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at those two. I mean, Comtois and Lettieri and everyone else we talked about. So,
yeah.
It's good to see Comtois have seemingly a pretty good tournament, 7 points in 10 games. Hopefully that gives him a little more confidence going into next season, and he can pump some numbers there.
Yeah, it'd definitely be nice to see Comtois kind of return next season, right, compared to what we saw this season. So I'm still holding out hope for the guy. So he's shown that
Yeah.
he can be good and everything like that, right? And
Yeah.
in a season where the Ducks were better, he kind of slacked off for some reason. So
Yeah, like I said earlier when they confirmed that he was going to be out for what was it, like 6 or 8 weeks with a hand injury. I think it was something he was playing through, and obviously wasn't at 100%. That's at least what I tell myself there. And then by the time he came back, he was just kind of so far behind the rest of the guys that it was like hard to, get into the games.
And I think to start the season as well, I think I remember, I mean, like this was months ago now, but I think I remember rumors of him like not quite being in shape for training camp, and that kind of set him back too.
Yeah.
So he kind of had to do everything really quickly. So hopefully this summer's a lot better for him in general. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, playing in this tournament will at least help to keep you in shape for a little bit, or maybe I don't want to say give you a head start because it's like the end of the season, right? But like you're not like quote slacking off for as long as the guys that aren't playing in the tournament. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to get into the Stanley Cup playoffs now?
Yeah, I do, because I did pull up. So for this first series that I want to like quickly round up for the second round, I was like, okay, I don't really have anything here, but there was something that came out yesterday. So let's get into Colorado St. Louis.
Oh yeah. Is this Binnington interview?
Yes, it is. So the note I have here, I thought I was being funny. Colorado gives the Blues the blues.
Hilarious.
But man, Binnington just seeing red constantly.
Yeah, right.
So well, excuse me. My throat is still trying to recover from reffing 10 games this weekend. So I actually had to take the day off yesterday. I woke up.
Oh, you did?
And how I described it to my boss when I texted saying I wasn't coming in was that it felt like my throat had been used as like a cat tree, like a cat scratching pole, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
That's the worst my throat has ever felt. It was brutal.
Damn. Yeah, when I talked to you on Monday, it was
rough, so. Yeah, and it got worse. So I genuinely I woke up, tried to talk, and nope, it wasn't happening. And I didn't talk until 7 last night, pretty much. So
damn. Should have done the podcast last night.
Yeah, oh man, that would have been rough. Let me tell you.
This sounds. Here and I can just talk, and you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
It'd be like interviewing a mascot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess Binnington had tried to quote tried to explain on Tuesday why he threw a water bottle at Nazem Kadri after Game 3. Which is the first time that he's actually addressed it. Yeah. So he said here, quote, couldn't find a recycling bin on my way down the hallway. Right before I walked into the locker room, I see him doing an interview there, smiling, laughing, and I'm there in a knee brace limping down the hallway. I just felt like it was a God-given opportunity. I could just stay silent and go in the room, or say something and have him look me in the eye and understand what's going on. Something to think about. I threw the water bottle, an empty water bottle. It landed 2 feet from him. It is what it is. It's hockey. It's a competitive game. Jordan, just to let you know, buddy, the game was done. He was doing an interview. That's not hockey. That's child's play.
Yeah. That's shit I did in
It's a God-given opportunity? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. No, honestly, that's shit I did in middle school. Not even out in gym class or whatever, where it was oh man, that was oh, my team lost whatever sport we were playing. So I just chucked a plastic water bottle at a friend to be hey, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
But it was shit that I would just do oh, the recycling's way over there. I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to wait till the teacher turns around and just launch a plastic water bottle at my friend because it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is a grown ass man doing this as a way of, sending a message. What? That's stupid.
I saw a comment to this as well that said clearly he hasn't even looked at the at the tapes still to see that it was not intentional whatsoever.
Yeah, what?
We talked about this guy before, right? And him, taking swings at people and, like looking for a fight and then letting his teammates clean up his mess while he gets sent off the ice, right? Like somebody needs to give this guy the fight that he's looking for, and it's not going to last long. This guy's going to get his ass kicked, and the hockey world is going to laugh at him.
Yeah.
like I remember like even just joking on the show, like I think it was when was that with Dubnyk last year? I forget. There was one instance of it though. And I made the joke of, Anaheim, you guys can bring me on. We'll go through to the emergency backup role. I'm 5'7", 230. I'll go out there and fight him. I got no skin in this game, but he wants a fight.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to give it to him so that he'll shut the fuck up and quit acting like such a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Dude, it doesn't even have to be a goalie. Like, just let a player just give him one.
Somebody clock him.
Yeah.
Honestly, even just like rifle a puck at his head. Don't try for the net.
Like this. See previous comment. Nate wants to fight. I remember seeing that earlier. I don't remember the context, but yeah, you're just in a fighting mood today. Apparently.
Oh no, it's not even just for that. It was just more like, oh yeah, like I remember saying this, but I mean like somebody's just got to give this to him, right? Like just so that he shuts up. Like, yeah. God, this guy, like, I don't really have a better like term or anything of that than a bitch, honestly. Like,
yeah,
like that's just. I don't know, man.
No offense to all the bitches out there, by the way.
Exactly.
Like...
Shout out to all the female dogs out there that are obviously listening.
Yeah.
But like,
can I get a woof woof? Sorry.
Right before I walked into the locker room, I see him doing an interview there, smiling, laughing. And I'm there in a knee brace limping down the hallway. Yeah, how dare he have fun? What if, he wasn't even started the interview yet? What if some reporter was just like, hey, Nazem, I got a great joke for you here. You want to hear it? And he's laughing at the joke.
Yeah, totally understandable because Biz was doing the interview as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Biz
so,
says funny shit all the time.
Yeah, he says, yeah, so like probably like even funnier and dumber shit like off air before the interview starts too. So
Biz made some joke about Wayne Gretzky and Nazem Kadri's laughing at it, and Binnington's like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah,
throws a water bottle. Like, jeez, man. Like, it's just the line that still kills me though is that I just felt like it was a God-given opportunity. Dude, everyone's been given a God-given opportunity to clock you, and you're lucky it hasn't happened yet. Like,
yeah. Like, yeah, no, that's. I don't understand it. I really don't. I have no words.
he's childish. Someone needs to put it in his head that he needs to actually grow up here.
Yeah, and also I just want to say I'm all for saying fuck Nazem Kadri as well. Like there's very few times that I have respect for him as a hockey player. So, like,
okay, now I'm just gonna just because we might have some people who take this the wrong way. I understand what you're saying, but as a hockey player, right? Not as a human being.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure
just after the whole thing we had last week, right? Like just as a hockey player, right? And like it's the same kind of thing for me and Brad Marchand, right? Like I know off the ice. Like from what I've heard and what I gather, he's an awesome dude and everything like that, right? On the ice, he's a piece of shit, 100%.
Yeah.
So, but just before people get that confused, because somebody might take that the wrong way, and
good call.
Yeah. So,
so I'm all for fuck Nazem Kadri, the hockey player, but he's not at fault. Like,
no, he's not at all.
Even if I watched that with like the heaviest. What's the opposite of rose-colored glasses? Like red-colored glasses? Like,
I mean, rose is supposed to be kind of red. Like blue glasses. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully you get what I'm
sky glasses.
Yeah. Like even if I watch that clip with like the biggest like this is 100% Nazem Kadri's fault vibes, like trying to convince myself, I still don't see that as like an option. Like there is in no world is that Nazem Kadri's fault. He's going
No,
for a
100%.
loose puck that's sitting at the hash marks,
Yeah,
and then slides into Binnington after getting taken down by the Blues defender. Like, I don't get it.
I watched it twice. That's all it took, twice. And I was like, yeah, that's not his fault. The defenseman comes in, hits him, and he hits himself, or then he like hits him into Binnington, who, yes, as a goalie, it's his job to stop the puck, right? I'm not telling him to just stand or like to stay kneeling where he was in the butterfly. But if he just stays where he was, there's no contact.
Yeah.
Right? It's all incidental.
Yeah.
I don't think you could, like something else we're going to talk about later. I don't think you can plan to do that when three people are completely in different locations and they happen to converge, and there you go. Right? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
so, I mean, just to kind of talk about this series and wrap it up as a whole, fuck Jordan Binnington. Glad that he's out of the playoffs. And, Colorado won. And now we get probably the most anticipated Western Conference final out of the possibilities. Like,
yeah, I know.
Calgary, St. Louis, meh. Edmonton, St. Louis, meh. Calgary, Colorado. Okay, that would be fun. Edmonton, Colorado. Okay, now we're talking. And we saw it last night, which
I think
we'll
a lot of people
later, but
I think a lot of people wanted a rematch from 2019.
That's true too. Yeah.
Right, for Colorado and Calgary, and also like them being like the leaders for each division,
the top teams, yeah.
And both teams were preparing to play each other in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Now Colorado's got to go, wait a second, okay, we're not playing Calgary, we're playing Edmonton, which, like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's not like they were not looking at any Edmonton tape whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, oh yeah, we're ready to play Calgary. We're ready to play Calgary, right? And then just, we're playing McDavid and the Oilers. Oh shit. Okay. Fix this. Get rid of that. Okay, we got some homework to do, you guys.
Yeah, right. Like they're two totally different teams, Calgary and Edmonton. Like,
yeah.
One is a defense first Sutter team, and one is like, fuck defense. Let's go high flying offense. You score 7 goals a game, you should win. Well, you won't, maybe, but like you should. I guess 6. It was 6, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everyone expected Colorado to come out of that series, and that's exactly 100%. What happened. So, no surprises.
No,
really.
I'm gonna jump over to the East for a second here.
Sure.
Because I feel like Calgary Edmonton is going to be a bit of a longer discussion.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Just for one specific thing, and we'll talk about it. Tampa, Florida. The note I had from last week was, will they do the sweep? This week I just have, lol, they swept.
Yeah.
And I feel like the worst part about it is, like, normally, you take a look like, wow, you got swept in the second round. Like, what the hell happened to the goaltending? Nothing happened to the goaltending, actually. Bobrovsky was great. No. The rest of the team in front of him just decided, yeah, we're going to stop playing hockey suddenly. The top scoring team in the NHL decided we're going to stop scoring.
Yeah, I think because
I mean, it was there definitely like 1 or 2 games was Vasilevsky being Vasilevsky, but the other ones were just like, yeah, they just stopped.
Yeah, I think because Florida like never really had won a playoff series before. Everybody
got
on
to the second round and they're like, fuck, what do we do with this?
Yeah, everyone on the team had, tee times booked for the end of when round 1 would have.
Yeah.
For when round 1 would have been done. And then somehow they won the series, and then they're like, oh shit, well now we got to move our tee times. Like, that's, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I was supposed to go and play like whatever the course is that they play the Masters on. I don't give a shit
Augusta?
about golf. So sure, thank you. You could have literally just said the first like I think Roman god that came to mind, and I would have been like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Thank you. No, I would have no idea. But
okay, do you remember the Adam West Batman movie, right?
What?
Or at least the scene where Batman is running around with a bomb at the docks.
Okay, yeah.
That's the Florida Panthers when they got to the second round. What do we do with this?
Yeah.
We're playing Tampa in the second round. A lot of people thought that it was like a 50-50 on that they would get there. It was either, okay, they're going to be too tired, or they're the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions. They know how to do this. what do we do with this?
Yeah.
They're trying to find somewhere to put it.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't. So the bomb blew up in their face, and they got swept in the second round.
Yeah. I mean,
Yikes.
the thing with this series, because you're right too, it was a bunch of close games. Like, a couple bounces one way or the other. This series could have went to 7 games. Like, they were all close games. It's not like it wasn't like the Colorado Nashville sweep, right? Where it's like, okay, one team is clearly better than the other, and there's fucking around at this point. Like, Tampa Bay still had to work for that. But if Tampa Bay took a few minutes off, Florida probably would have capitalized and taken a couple games, and we might not be talking about it. So if Florida can keep the majority of the team together next year, I think they got a pretty good chance of winning a couple more playoff series.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's hope, because they don't have any more first round picks. So.
Yeah. Sorry. Breaking news here. Olin Zellweger has won the Bill Hunter Memorial Trophy for WHL Defenseman of the Year.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
That's all I got.
Not surprising. Dude was crazy. So
ridiculous play this season. So I'm excited for that kid to join.
Yeah. Wasn't he like top 10 in points or something, like among everybody? And like
top 10 or top 15 for the WHL. It was ridiculous. Yeah.
Like even among forwards, which is unheard of. So yeah, not surprising at all that he won best defenseman.
Yeah, not at all.
Let's how are we doing for time? Let's talk Carolina, New York, and then we'll take our break here. So in that one, that was a homer series until Game 7, where
pretty much
Carolina lost. I just see Marcus is joining the chat here. Hey Marcus, welcome.
What's up, Marcus? Carolina went winless on the road through 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to really get anywhere when you can't win on the road, right?
Yeah, right. Like no matter how good your home game is, you're bound to lose at home eventually.
Exactly.
And they did. So
in a wild fashion, right? They got trounced.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Sure. It sounds aggressive, so let's go with yeah.
Like they got bent over and the ruler taken to their ass. Like
yeah.
I was enjoying watching it, because for the East, I'm looking at the Rangers here. So I'm really liking the score for Game 1 right now. But yeah, man, like, and I mean, also like the injury to Ronta, where he just stretched out weird trying to make a rebound save.
Yeah.
And right away, like, I saw that and I'm like, I feel that one. I understand that one. That one hurts. And it was like from there, you knew it was done, I feel like. So, like, not to say, I don't remember how to say his last name or what his last name even is. But their third string, it's not even a slight on him, right? Like, he got a start in the first round against Boston, right? Like,
yeah,
he's not a bad goalie by any means, but you just knew that was going to be a bad time, pretty much. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I really have no skin in the Tampa Bay and Rangers series. Like, I don't care if Tampa three-peats. It would be cool. I love the Rangers. They're one of my favorite teams out in the East whenever they make a deep cup run, and one of my other teams isn't in it. I'm usually cheering for the Rangers. So
yeah.
I've always loved them. I love the players on that team. So I really wouldn't be mad if the Rangers had a shot at the cup as well. So
yeah,
could go either way for me. But yeah, there's going to be a good story coming out of the East anyways. Like,
absolutely.
Out of Shesterkin or the three-peat.
Yeah. It's either you got the Big Apple in the Stanley Cup final for the first time since was that 2014 they lost to the Kings in overtime? Or Tampa has a chance to three-peat, which hasn't been done since the Islanders of the 80s. Or 70s. I forget. I think the last one was 1980 for the last one.
I think so. But, yeah. It was going into the 80s.
Yeah. Either way, though, like there's a good storyline coming out of the East for sure. I mean, I guess there's really good. You can find good storylines in the West as well, right? It's either Colorado finally gets to the finals that like everybody's had them in for like the last 5 years, or you get Connor McDavid looking to truly start a legacy in the NHL.
Yeah, so. I just love that. Like for any Oilers related stuff, like the headline is always Connor McDavid. It's like Connor McDavid could do this. Connor McDavid is going to be part of this.
Yeah, it's not the Edmonton Oilers. Nobody gives a offense. Nobody gives a shit about the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. It's all about Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, realistically. So.
Yeah, like as an Oilers fan, like I cheer for the team, but I understand that everybody else is kind of just there for McDavid.
Yeah, exactly. So,
like,
and I feel like. Yeah,
no one gives a shit what Jesse Puljujärvi's doing on any given night, or even Darnell Nurse. Like as much as he's probably loved by Canadians or other people that have followed him. Like no one gives a shit. Everyone's like, show me Connor McDavid.
Yeah,
that's it. So
show me what ridiculous thing that is normal to Connor McDavid now, and we're somehow still showing it on highlights, but it's ridiculous for everybody else. Like show me what Connor McDavid did tonight.
Yeah,
like.
So yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the Rangers and the Hurricanes series?
No, I got nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe the Carolina Hurricanes will have more luck if they stop wearing their alternates in playoffs. I know jersey means absolutely nothing, but then again, every time they wore a white one this year, they couldn't win. So
yeah. Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Never know.
Hockey gods work in mysterious ways. So
that's very true.
And I think we'll get into that on the other side of the break. But before we do, we got some words from DraftKings, promo code THPN, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Hockey fans, the pursuit for the Stanley Cup is on, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has an unbelievable offer for the most exciting playoffs in sports. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win and get $100 in free bets no matter what, win or lose. Looking to turn a small bet into a big payday during playoffs? With DraftKings same-game parlays, you can do just that. Create your own parlay by combining multiple bets, like which team will win, how many goals will be scored, and more. It's your shot at an even bigger payout. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, and best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So, what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the promo code THPN, bet just $5 on any NHL team to win, and get $100 in free bets no matter what. Again, that's code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Okay, so Calgary Edmonton takes that series in 5. Just
which I think is a
living
lot
under a rock.
Quicker than
absolutely.
A lot of people thought.
Yeah, everybody that I talked to had that go into 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
The only time I saw people predicting 4 games was like the online trolls that were like Calgary in 4 or Edmonton in 4. Like,
yeah, exactly.
The other team has no chance. They fucking suck. So,
anybody being realistic is like, nah, this is going 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And we were all wrong.
Yeah. And we kind of got everything. Like game 1, we had the high scoring blowout where people were like, fuck yeah, like this is just like the 80s. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then we got, some tight games. We had controversy. We had tension between the players. Didn't get a goalie fight. Actually, we didn't get any fights.
No, we didn't.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like kind of upset. I was like, you can't market a Battle of Alberta to me and not have a fight. Like, what the fuck is Gary Bettman doing? He should be paying out of his own pocket for, I don't know.
Come on, he's not going to do that.
Yeah, Cassian and Lucic, or if he's a smart man, Kane and Kachuk, just beating the piss out of each other. Just like sending them like each like $100,000 and be like, beat each other's face in. 100 grand in it for you.
No, but remember, I said at the start of the Game 5 watch along, Gary Bettman and the NHL do not like fun.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. We've seen it time and time again. So,
yeah.
And you know what would have been fun? A game 6 on a Saturday night for the Battle of Alberta in the second round of the NHL playoffs.
A potential series clinching game for Edmonton at home on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Or the chance for a ultimate comeback in a series, right? Like, that's massive on either side. That's just a fun night waiting to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that as a Flames fan myself, no, the Coleman goal did not cost Calgary the series. They didn't do a bunch of other stuff that cost them the series. However, I would say that the Blake Coleman goal getting called back cost game 6 for everybody. Which I think is the unfortunate part here.
It's hard to disagree with that. Like,
because you were agreeing with me on the stream, if I'm remembering this correctly, that you thought that should have been a goal as well.
I didn't think I didn't think that it should have been a goal, and you know what, I'm going to be biased no matter what. Like, I'm not a guy with 10 years or plus of reffing experience. Like, when it comes down to Edmonton and now Anaheim, the rose-colored glasses are glued to my face. The rose-colored contacts are stuck on my eyeballs. Like, there's no removing them. So,
see, and that's why I'm here, to be the realistic person.
Yeah.
To be the objective person.
Yeah. I do think generally I can look at things a little bit more objectively and be like, okay, like I can see the other side. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to side with my team.
Yeah.
Whoever that might be. Rose-colored LASIK surgery. So yes, I thought that it was going to be called a good goal, the Coleman goal, mostly due to the lack of, I guess, evidence to overturn the call, and based off of what we've seen from from what I've seen of similar plays, of potential kicking motions. They generally, like, unless it's the guy full on winds up and, like, you know, soccer kicks it like top shelf, like, it's they generally don't really overturn those, and it just wasn't one of those obvious ones, really, in my opinion. So I was surprised when they did overturn it, because I thought it was, I don't know if there was really a good enough reason to. I'm obviously happy.
Yeah.
And
I got called back, but
and I think the fact that he's saying I tried to direct it in is bullshit. That the only thing that I have to say, and then you can disagree with me because I know you will, is if you're directing a puck in, the puck doesn't gain momentum after hitting your skate. It hits your skate and then leaves your skate with the same amount of momentum, if not less. That's just basic physics. The only way it speeds up, which it did in that play, is if you kick it in by adding some sort of energy into the equation. That's Miss White, if you're out there listening, thank you for teaching me that in grade 12 physics class, so that I could present that point in a hopefully coherent way. Because the puck was just trickling along, and then Coleman's skate makes contact with the puck, whether it's a deflection or a kick, whatever you want to believe, and then it hits the back of the net. If Coleman doesn't touch that puck, it's not hitting the back of the net ever. But when
it's crossing the line is what a lot of people think.
Yeah, exactly. But that puck makes contact with the skate, and then it hits the back of the net. So some energy was added into that equation, which the only way you do that is with a kick, not just a simple redirect. So that is what I am choosing to subscribe to. The only other thing I will say is, and then I'll let you talk, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Is And this is, again, totally hypothetical. If Coleman doesn't touch that puck at all, a lot of people are saying that doesn't go in. But if you watch the replay from behind, like facing everybody's back, looking into the net, you can see Nugent Hopkins is right there. And with the speed that the puck is going, it is entirely possible that Nugent Hopkins can pull that off the line. Again, totally hypothetical, but basically I'm just saying the argument that if Coleman doesn't touch the puck, that's a good goal. So the fact that he kicked it shouldn't matter anyways is a stupid argument. So I hope that that's not your argument, because we'll just never know. Yes, it might have gone in. Maybe Nugent Hopkins pulled it off the line. Maybe Mike Smith folds himself in half to cover the puck. Who knows?
Yeah. No, that's not my argument whatsoever.
Okay, that's good. I didn't think it was, because you're more realistic than that. But
almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah. Okay.
No, my thing here though is you know me. I've been not for hockey. I still study the book the same way as I have for the last 10 years I've officiated lacrosse. There's a lot of similar rules for hockey and box lacrosse. And I make sure I understand the rules and that sort of thing, right? Like I am a student of the rule book. Rule 37.4, distinct kicking motion. Plays that involve a puck entering the net as a direct result of a, quote, distinct kicking motion shall be ruled no goal. A, quote, distinct kicking motion for purposes of video review is one where the video makes clear that an attacking player has deliberately propelled the puck with a kick of his foot or skate, and the puck subsequently enters the net. Now, okay, do you want me to continue reading this, or do you just want me to? Okay.
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Sure.
I've kind of said my thing.
Yeah, sure.
So if you just go.
Oh, excuse me. A goal cannot be scored on a play where an attacking player propels the puck with his skate into the net, even by means of a subsequent deflection off of another player, using a, quote, distinct kicking motion.
So that's okay. If I'm understanding that correctly, if, say, Coleman, let's not even use Coleman. Let's say Andrew Mangiapane winds up and soccer kicks a puck, and it ends up hitting off of Darnell Nurse's skate and going into the net. That would still be no goal, because Mangiapane kicked it and then it deflected into the net off of somebody. Is that kind of what it's saying?
Okay, now that's actually something a little bit different. I think in that case, I think because it hits off of an opposing player, I think that actually does count.
Okay. So if it was,
I could be wrong on that one, but that's my understanding of how, every other goal works.
Yeah. So let's say Mangiapane kicks it, it goes in off of Elias Lindholm and into the net.
Yeah. Then in that case, I believe that's not an allowed goal.
Okay.
Is my understanding.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure, because I fucking hate rule book jargon, and I know a lot of people, other people do too. So I'm all for what does this rule actually mean in like an example? But sorry, continue.
Okay, so just a little bit later, a puck that deflects into the net off an attacking player's skate who does not use a, quote, distinct kicking motion shall be ruled a goal. A puck that is directed into the net by an attacking player's skate shall also be ruled a goal, as long as no, quote, distinct kicking motion is evident.
Okay. I actually didn't know that was in the rule book. I thought that the redirection thing was more of just like a unwritten understanding of what happens when it's not a distinct kicking motion. I didn't know that was actually a official rule. So that's good to know.
So my thing here is it does explain it in the rule book here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious how Toronto looks at a guy who is being hit and falling from another player of the opposing team making contact with him, followed by, similar to the Kadri incident in a way, right? Getting hit by a defenseman into a goaltender who, at that point, he has no control of where he's going, right? Mm-hmm. He's got one skate barely on the ice. How that's made as a distinct kicking motion. In my opinion, the rule book or the rule itself is not read correctly. I think that should have been a goal, because in that case, I'm looking at a guy who is falling. Like, BX's argument on the Sportsnet panel was like, he's seeing that puck there. Mm-hmm. You're telling me in the literal half second that collision happens to get a skate on the puck, right? In like the maybe a quarter of a second, that he sees that puck as he's falling and goes, yo, let me just tap this in right here. In that case, that is some insane reflexes, and Blake Coleman is superhuman. I find that explanation a little hard to believe. Don't get me wrong, Kevin Bieksa played in the NHL and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think he could pull that off, though. If he's saying that, somebody can do that. Yeah. I want to see like actual tests of this recreated. I want to see like simulations and that to see if this is actually humanly possible, because I don't believe it is.
I'm going to kind of jump ahead to the Makar goal that happened in game 1 for a second.
Okay.
Because
now we haven't talked about that one yet, so that'll be interesting.
Me and you haven't. Yeah. And along with all of these other offside ones where the player directs the puck into the offensive zone, is able to kind of control the puck, but doesn't actually touch it on a delayed offside, and touches it as soon as the opposing player tags up. Like, that is also like a quick, like, split second, 10th of a second, quarter of a second decision that you're able to make. And I think that's just one example of players being able to do that. So I think, I mean, I really don't know, because I haven't played the game, and I'm not like a high level athlete in any fashion. So I don't know what, professional athletes' reflexes are like, but like, I don't know. I've seen people do some crazy shit in hockey and in other sports where it's like, wow, how did you react to that in that time and pull off this insane move? So like,
oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I just think that this is even more insane than that. I'm watching that and I'm seeing a guy get taken down essentially by 2 opposing players in half a second or less. Mm-hmm. I just don't. And by the definition here, right, of a puck that deflects into the net off of an attacking player's skate who does not use a distinct kicking motion shall be ruled a goal. A puck that is directed into the net by an attacking player's skate shall also be ruled a goal, as long as no distinct kicking motion is evident. Those 2 sentences right there, I think, should be all that's needed to not call that a goal, personally. So, and again, the goal being called back didn't cost Calgary the series. They fucked up a bunch of other places, including in Game 5 itself. Right? They had a 2-goal lead. They couldn't hold it. Right? Mm-hmm. Like that, you could say that cost them the series. Right? I've seen, which I'm meh on, Jacob Markstrom costing them the series. No, historically he's not great against the Edmonton Oilers, but the team in front of him all kind of shut down too. Yeah. There's a lot of other things that you could actually blame on the Flames losing the series. This is not one of them. My argument is that this cost the hockey world, and in a way, the NHL, a lot of fucking money. Yeah. And cost everybody else a Game 6 of what was a really good series, right? Like, yes, it was a 4-1 series, but it was a good series, right?
Yeah.
Like people say tune in for the watch along because it was a good series, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't have to have stakes in this series to want to tune into it. It's Calgary and Edmonton. That's awesome, right? Like, especially when both teams are doing as well as they have been over the last couple of years here.
Mhm.
I guess Calgary not last year, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
There was a kind of couple year lead up where it's like, okay, we finally have the Battle of Alberta back. It's
Mhm.
not just
In
Calgary
the
and Edmonton
playoffs.
playing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's the first playoff one in 31 years,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of hype around this.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we could debate this play like literally all night, and we'll never see eye to eye on it. I think we've both presented good, solid arguments.
Yep.
And I will say you're wrong, and you'll say I'm wrong, and then we'll put the I forget, I don't even know what it says. I look at it every time we do an episode, but what does it say? The please stand by for the Crowd Report will begin shortly. We'll put that up. I'll drive to your house, and then we'll just fist fight on camera to determine who wins.
See, now
It's like the old trial by combat.
See, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not even saying that the NHL is wrong.
You're saying you're right?
No, I'm saying that the rule book is saying that both you and the NHL are wrong.
Okay. Like I said,
So.
we're never going to agree. So. Yeah. Either way, though, this was a hell of a series. We're gonna get with how both of these teams are looking, and how this is kind of just like the start of what'll be a good few years for them. We're gonna have another one.
I would hope so.
If not next year, we'll have some in the next few years.
Yeah,
we are just now entering the next era of the Battle of Alberta in the playoffs. So
yeah,
it'll be good. I can't wait to bring this up like every single time, every single day for like the next year until these teams meet again.
Please don't. Please don't. Come on, you're better than that.
Yeah, I was good for a couple days. Actually, like all week. I just kind of sent you.
I thank you for that. And I thank you for that. So.
Yeah, just in hopes that next time this comes around, if I'm on the other end, that you'll do the same.
Oh, I will. I will.
Yes. But now I won't let you forget it. So now that I know you've accepted it. So
yep.
Okay. Yeah, we got time for some round 3 talk here.
Yeah.
Colorado Edmonton, the game that was last night, Tuesday night, game 1. We saw an 8-6 Colorado win, 14 goals. There was like, I think it was like second most or tied for second most goals in a conference final game.
Oh, geez.
Like in NHL history. Like,
damn, I didn't realize that actually.
Yeah, going back to like the 80s, there was a 15 goal Western Conference final in, I think it was 85. So,
damn.
Yeah, it's wild. And I mean, what else do you expect from two teams that are known for their offense?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, really. What Nathan McKinnon, Gabe Landeskog, Cale Makar against Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and I guess starting this year, Evander Kane.
Yeah.
And then you had now I was being asked this by, I think it was my grandma actually, who asked me who I thought's coming out of this series.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's similar actually to the talk that we had for the Calgary Edmonton series of the offense. Pretty comparable, I would say.
Yeah. And the offense will be there on any given night.
Yeah, 100%. The defense, I give a slight edge to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
The goaltending, though, is such a toss-up because the Edmonton Oilers do not know what Mike Smith they are getting from game to game.
I don't know.
I still feel like that's still a factor, right? Like, yes, he's had a string of great games, right, in both series.
Mm-hmm.
But that could also just not happen whenever.
Yeah.
For this playoffs, it feels like it's just game 1. We'll have to see if that trend continues, right? Of like, Smith next game only allows 1 goal or something like that, right? But like
historically, and by historically, I mean
you have
in the last
no
month.
idea what Smith is going to do on a given night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of terrifying, actually. I feel like from both the Oilers perspective and for this round, the Colorado Avalanche perspective, right? Because you could have a game like game 1 where you're like, yeah, let's just pepper the dude and we're going to have like a bunch go in. But you could also have, let's pepper the dude and nothing is getting by him for some reason.
Yeah.
So.
I think Mike Smith just hates game ones. Like game ones are like Mondays for hockey players, I think. And Mike Smith is basically just Garfield the cat. Mike Smith hates Mondays. In other words, game ones.
See,
And
now
then
I feel like
he's
game
good.
one and series clinchers should be your Fridays, right?
Mhm.
Because like game one, it's like you're starting it. Game 2, 3, at least, right? Because you could have a team going up 3-0, obviously.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where you're just like, okay, we got to get through these to get to where we want to, right?
Mhm.
But like, yeah, like game one is that Friday night. You're like, it's go time. Let's go here. And same with the like whatever series clinching game you're getting into.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah, fair enough.
But,
Yeah.
or my feelings on it, I guess,
Yeah.
like having played and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you've played more more like playoffs in sports than I have, so I'll take your word for it. But yeah, Kemper is a question mark, I think, for game 2. He left with quote an upper body injury.
Yeah,
in the
I honestly
period.
didn't see. I think I tuned in like halfway through the second. So what even happened there?
I literally no idea.
Okay.
He was late coming out for the second period, and they kind of delayed the game, but it looked like just an equipment issue because he was in the tunnel and just looked like something was getting fixed. And then he just like pulled himself partway through the second period. He like skated to the bench and said something to Bednar, and he was like, "Yep." And then Bednar like pointed to Franzos, and that was it.
Interesting.
So yeah, literally no idea.
Huh.
Ali says, so eye injury flaring up. Potentially because he took a couple high shots like that were like up in the shoulder and kind of mask area. So I honestly I don't know what else it would be. But oh, actually I missed this comment too. He said he pulled himself because the puck was getting blurry. I didn't hear that, but
I mean the puck does get the puck does get blurry when it's getting shot that fast at you, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, but if he did just take a hit to the eye, then like it's obviously like a weirder thing than usual. So
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be another good series, I think.
Oh yeah, it will be. I'm excited to watch this one. So I do have to cheer on the Colorado side though.
Oh, of course.
I can't bring myself to cheer for Edmonton.
Yeah, I know. This is honestly, barring any like bullshit that happens, I've always kind of liked Colorado, and like whenever Edmonton plays them, like they're always just like a respectful team to play against. Like there's never any like chippiness or like dirty players. Like yeah, you like I guess Kadri is. I'll say Kadri plays on the edge. Let's say that.
Yeah, that's a fair way to say it. I think absolutely.
But even then, like you got to respect his game. Like yeah, it's shitty, but he still generally plays an honest game, and isn't going out there trying to hurt people.
Well, I feel like these playoffs as well, he's taken a step back from that edge as well, right? Like he still plays hard and everything like that, but it's not, playing right on the edge and happening to go over it that has cost him suspensions, I believe, in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's playing with an edge, but it's a responsible edge this time.
Yeah, he's like finally found the line. So I have a lot of respect for Colorado. Honestly, if Colorado comes out of this series, I'll probably still cheer for them to win the cup. I do have an alcohol bottle or a few bottles of alcohol on the line for Colorado. My dad has a playoff pool with some guys at work that I enter every year, and everyone just buys like a $25-ish bottle of alcohol, and then they just pick a Stanley Cup winner, and then whoever gets it just gets all the bottles. Or if multiple people get it, you just split it.
So now how many people are a part of this?
I think 12.
That's a lot of booze.
Yeah. I think there's 12 people, and some people put in like 2 picks, so 2 bottles. So there's probably like 15 or 16, I would say.
Oh, damn.
I think there was like 4 people that picked Colorado though, but I mean 4 bottles of alcohol for the price of 1, like
it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean I do have a little bit of riding on that. For the finals if Colorado goes into it, but I mean I still just respect their game. So
yeah,
and McKinnon's so good, Makar is so good, like they deserve a cup too. So
there's a clip from I don't know if you really watched it, Mr. D, Yeah, it's Mr. D, I think.
Yeah.
A Canadian show that had Oz McKinnon, and I forget who the other player was in it.
Was
but
it
like it's
Crosby?
just
Because they're both from Cole Harbour.
No, it wasn't Crosby.
No.
But it was like Nathan, what do you want to do when you're done school? Well, I want to play in the NHL. And he's like, not just everybody makes it to the NHL. And the other guy that's sitting beside him, I can't remember who it was, but he's just like, have you seen him play? And it's like, I've seen a lot of people play. Not everybody makes the NHL.
I did,
and I'm pretty sure he was like, it's obviously a joke. Like, he's in the NHL already, I think, at that point. But
yeah,
just I came across that clip and I was laughing at it.
I just looked it up and I did find the clip, so I'll watch it afterwards. But the other player is Cam Critchlow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that is.
I think a high-end. He's a college guy for a bit. I do recognize the name at least.
Yeah. Yeah, he played in Notre Dame. He played in. Oh, that's actually a long time ago. Sorry. In the QMJHL, he played for Acadie Bathurst and the Halifax Mooseheads and Lewiston Maniacs. In college, he played at the University of New Brunswick, and then ECHL was kind of the highest level, the Jacksonville Icemen.
Okay.
So yeah,
I mean, that's still more professional hockey than a lot of people have played.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't look like he was drafted. At least it doesn't have it on Elite Prospects if he was. So, but yeah, still.
I mean, if
still
Elite Prospects
player.
doesn't have it, he probably wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we've prolonged it long enough now. The Makar goal at the end of the first period that was or was not offside. Do you want to start with this one? Mr. No.
You know what? No, I want you to start with it.
Okay.
Because I feel like we all know your answer here.
So I'll walk you through my thought process.
Okay.
When I saw the replay, I was like, okay, obviously that's offside. Like Nikushkin is in the zone, the puck is over, and Makar, has brought it into the zone. So I was like, offside. Literally everybody said offside. Like that's, just like a casual fan. It isn't like a video coach in the NHL or whatever. So when I tell you I was livid that they called that a goal, I was livid.
Now, more or less than me on the Coleman goal.
Like more.
I find that hard to believe. I feel like we actually need the tape on this.
I mean, it was probably less, but it felt raw in the moment.
That's
because he said it, and I was like, okay, this is taking a while, but like whatever. And then he's like, it was determined that the player was onside, and my brain was like, yeah, obviously it's onside, and thinking like he said offside, and then he was like, so we have a good goal, and I was like, hell yeah, we do, and I was like, wait,
what?
Whoa, wait, no, we don't. Did we watch the same play? Like, are we sure? And I think Jay Woodcroft, Oilers coach, kind of went through the same thing because he was just standing there and like listening. He was like, yep. And then he was like, we have a good goal. And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, what? Bless you. It's upsetting when you mute yourself on here because I want to know like how big of a sneeze you're just like letting fly. But
dude, you lived with me for 3 years. You know how loud my sneezes are.
I know, but I missed it.
Okay, you can come over later, and I'll just sprinkle pepper under my nose.
Yeah. So I was livid for the whole intermission, and then they kind of explained it, and they found clips of that happening other times where it was called a good goal. People posted them on Reddit as well. People posted, excerpts from the rule book. And you know what? Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought up the rule book yet. I'm not quite ready to talk about that. But based off of the precedent that they have set in other plays around the league for the last few years, that should have been a good goal. Like it was consistent with everything else that they've called.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say is that it was consistent. So I'm assuming we agree.
We do.
Okay. Actually,
but don't at the same time.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I just want to see what you would say. The call is right. The rule is fucking bullshit. Are you kidding me?
Yes, we agree. We
do.
agree on that.
Actually? Okay.
Yes.
So
I had to watch it a couple times as well, and I'm like, okay, yes, I can see that it's technically chipped in, right? Like same as if you were to dump it into the corner kind of thing. However, with how close that was, that still felt very controlled to me in the sense of like Makar has control of the puck.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I agree with the ruling. That is all correct.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of the ruling, though, is crap.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I don't think that should be a goal. In my mind, that's offside.
Yeah.
But the writing lines up with the actual action itself. So
yeah.
Like I get it, but it's weird to me.
You use two words here that I wish I had prepared a little bit more for this. I should have known it was coming, but you said control, and the rule book when it comes to offsides talks about possession, and those are two totally different things, because I would say Cale Makar had control of the puck. That's not even up for debate.
Sorry. My use of like control of the puck is possession.
Yeah,
in this case.
Me too.
Sorry, that's my.
Yeah, me too. It should be. Like they're pretty similar words. So control, yes, but by the definition of possession in the NHL rulebook, Cale Makar, well, I don't know. I really don't know, actually, if he had possession or not. But the rule that I've seen is for delayed offsides, it's you either, or the big thing is attempting to gain possession. Technically,
can I stop you there for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
It wasn't a delayed offside.
No, the ref didn't have his arm up for a delayed offside, but technically it was, because Nichushkin was in the zone, or Nichushkin.
Yeah,
Nichushkin
like
was in the zone.
Like
Cale
a
Makar
fraction
in the
of a
puck.
second, it's a delayed offside.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So it wasn't called that, but yes, it was technically a delayed offside. Somebody posted the rule in a Discord that I'm in, so hopefully I can find it really quickly. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, I don't know what rule this is. It's literally just the paragraph. But if during the course of the delayed offside, which there was, any member of the attacking team, Colorado, touches the puck, Cale Makar did not touch the puck. Technically, attempts to gain possession of a loose puck. Technically, he did not attempt to gain possession of the loose puck. He had possession of the loose puck. Forces the defending puck carrier further back into his zone, no. Or who is about to make physical contact with the defending puck carrier, no. The linesman shall stop play for the offside violation. So my understanding is that it's this weird loophole that, like,
pretty much,
whether you want to call it control or possession, like, technically, yeah, he didn't have or the fact that he had possession or not doesn't matter. It's attempting to gain possession, which is where, say it's a dump in, but there's a delayed offside. If Cale Makar tries to enter the zone and retrieve that dumped in puck, they'll blow that down because he's attempting to gain possession. And then he doesn't touch the puck, whether it's by, whether it's intentional or not, right? Whether he said, okay, I know that my guy just over here is offside, so I'm going to chip it in, keep my stick right there and not touch it. I don't know. Cale Makar's a skilled player. Maybe he thought that. He kind of alluded to that in his post-game presser, but like...
Yeah. Well, I think that brings up Ali's question here. Do you guys think Makar did it on purpose, or was it a 300 IQ level player just luck? I'm calling it luck.
Yeah, I mean,
in hindsight, you can go like, "Oh yeah, I meant to do that," right?
Yeah.
Like I remember, for some reason, I just remember this from like Pee-wee lacrosse, that I had this beautiful pad stack save.
Yeah,
I could say I meant to do it, but in actuality, I slipped. Genuinely, I slipped, and I made a pad stack save. but I can look back and go, I meant to do that. I can say that to people. I meant to make that save.
Yeah.
Right. But
yeah,
I mean, call it luck.
Yeah, I think.
But then again, Obi-Wan Kenobi, there is no such thing as luck.
Yeah,
you can make the arguments on both. I feel like I think it just happened.
That's kind of what I was just gonna say. Is like, I'm sure that coaches have taught Cale Makar throughout his entire career. Once he got to a high enough level, obviously, that if you're entering the zone and you're not sure if everybody's on side, just give the puck a little chip and don't quite touch it yet until you're confident. Like, don't dump it, but
you can tell that to everybody push it a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
fuck I think offsides. We don't need offsides anymore. Just chip it a little bit.
Yeah, I think part of that is just like kind of ingrained in his mind. Like he didn't know why he was doing it, but he just kind of did it. So
it's just habit.
Habit from muscle memory, experience. Yeah. So, which kind of alludes to what Ali's saying here, the 300 IQ level play. Yeah. Like the guy is hockey smart enough to know that that's something you do. But the fact that he then didn't touch it until Nichushkin almost got it. Nichushkin got on side is luck. So you're right. I think 100% Nate is that it's a little bit of both.
I want to bring up this tweet from our good buddy, Adam Bader.
Nice. I love this. I know it. Because I know where he stands on this play. So
100%. But like, I mean, like, I feel like he's going to be surprised when he listens to this. I know you're listening, Adam, that I agree. I feel like he might be surprised, but then again, he also knows how I operate too, right?
Yeah. You just agree with everybody so that everyone likes you.
Definitely not. His tweet here, though, justifying that fucking garbage call by saying, quote, he didn't have possession is akin to saying a player loses possession of the puck between every stick touch when stick handling. He's got a point.
Yeah. Like in an ideal world, the NHL in the offseason adds something into the rule book that, states the distance the puck needs to be from your stick to consider it being lost possession.
Yeah, but then how are they going to measure that also?
Exactly.
Right? Like,
that's the issue. So that's why it's my ideal scenario. But Cale Makar had control of that puck in every situation. If he was surrounded by 5 Oilers, like on that play, if they attempted to get the puck from him, they would have to move his stick out of the way. Stick lift, chop, take a slash at it or something. It's not like they could just pick up the puck and be like, this is mine now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, by every
this isn't an NHL 22.
Yeah, exactly. So like every logical part of my brain says Cale Makar then had possession of the puck because people would have to work to get it off of him. They can't just pick it up like it's a dump and chase. So that's kind of where I draw the line. It would be great if the NHL could add something like that into the rule book.
I feel like it's so hard to do though because it is a real life thing, right? Like I made the joke of like it's not NHL 22. It's not a video game, right? Like you're always gonna have these things that just like happen to skirt the wording and everything like that too. Which like you could all to go back, you could make the argument for that on the Blake Coleman thing too. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I think that's kind of the point I was trying to make earlier when we were talking about that.
Yeah, this is a case though that I do actually agree with you though that yes, the ruling is correct. However, I think the ruling is kind of bullshit in this case. So, but at this point, it's all discretion. I feel like
exactly, yeah. But, also, I will say I don't think that play cost the Oilers the game because A, they allowed 8 goals anyways. B,
and it was in the first period, yeah.
Yeah, B, it was in the first period. C, it was like 9 seconds or something. It was very soon after the Oilers scored their second goal to tie it going into the intermission.
Yeah.
See, all they had to do was not let Cale Makar fucking walk into the zone for 13 more seconds, and then the period was done.
Yeah.
D, they could have killed off the delay of game penalty that they got from challenging that.
Yeah.
Like that. There's 5 reasons.
There's ways around it. Yeah. And that's directly just for one game, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, so, yeah, and it's for game 1. Like, we still have 3 to 6 more games that the Oilers have to, try and get back into a series.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame it at all. I can say it's bullshit. It's the same as you with that Coleman thing. It's like Calgary probably wasn't going to win that series. Edmonton probably wasn't going to win that game, but we can still be mad about it.
Exactly. So,
last thing I want to say about this is I did find the official definition of possession. This was posted by user Tom Likes Guitar on r/hockey, and he
do you have what the rule is? Because I still have the book up too.
Yeah, sure. Rule 56.1, possession of the puck. If you want to read it off, then we know it's actually accurate, not just what some guy is on Reddit.
56.1 is interference.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Restrain, interference, restrain.
Just search for possession of the puck.
Okay.
This was from 4 years ago, so it's actually probably different. Why is this from 4 years ago?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's not what I'm looking for.
Okay. This is actually in regards to the
fun fact for you. Possession of the puck has 39 instances in the 2022 NHL rulebook. The term offside is only 9 times in the rulebook.
Damn. This is actually talking about the Taylor Hall goal. I think it's just based off of reading this, it's basically the same play that happened 4 years ago that they're debating here. But damn, I wish I I mean, just searching r/hockey for possession is bound to crash my computer at this point. Let's sort by new.
Oh, okay, here.
You got it.
I don't know if this is exactly what you're looking for. However, the definition of possession of the puck in regards to Rule 56.1 of interference.
Mm-hmm.
The last player to touch the puck other than the goalkeeper shall be considered the player in possession.
Yeah, that's exactly
the player deemed the player deemed in possession of the puck may be legally checked, provided the check is rendered immediately following his loss of possession.
Yeah,
I'm not that part matters, but just that's the definition of possession of the puck in regards to Rule 56 of interference, which this isn't what that it's talking about, but
yeah,
you can call that the overall definition of possession of the puck.
Yeah. So in that case, Makar had possession because he touched the puck just outside of the zone, right?
Yeah.
And then, when it comes to the offside rule, a player actually controlling. Oh no, that's not what I want. I mean, what this guy quoted, Rule 83.1. However, a player actually controlling the puck who shall cross the line ahead of the puck shall not be considered offside, provided he had possession and control of the puck prior to the skates crossing the blue line. Control of the puck is defined as the means, control of the puck means the act of propelling the puck with the stick, hand, or feet. If while it is being propelled, the puck is touched by another player or his equipment, or hits the goal, or goes free, the player shall no longer be considered to be in control of the puck. I mean, offside says nothing about control. It's all about possession anyways, but it just goes back to what we were talking about. It's when it comes to delayed offside, it's touching the puck and attempting to gain possession, not having possession.
Yeah. Okay, here. This actually works. This is actually the umbrella thing. I hope this isn't what you just read. I don't think it is.
Okay.
But this is from the glossary of terms from the 2022 NHL rulebook.
Okay.
Which falls for this is a long list, but just bear with me here. Rule 8, 9, 13, 15, 25, 26, 54, 56, 57, 63, 68, 70, 71, 80, 81, and 83.
Okay.
Those mean absolutely nothing, but like I said, this is the umbrella term.
You did say 56 and 83, which we just determined was interference. 56 and 83, I know is offside because I've read it about 14 times in the last 24 hours.
The last player to physically touch the puck with his stick or body shall be considered in possession of the puck. We read that part earlier in regards to interference.
Yeah.
Note 1. A player can have possession of the puck without control, but he cannot have control of the puck without possession.
Yes, that is what I was looking for on Reddit. Yes, thank you. So yeah, so what if you have possession, you have control. If you have control, you don't necessarily have possession, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a weird gray area, pretty much.
yeah, I mean, by the words that are written on this page, it was the right call. The words
Yep.
are just bullshit, which is exactly how I opened
Yep.
this conversation about.
And I
5 minutes
agree
ago,
with
so
it.
10
It should
minutes ago.
be you have control, you have possession, done.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So
because there's not too many sports like you could like I feel like the only other comparable would be something like soccer, right?
mm-hmm.
But it's either the player doesn't have control of the ball or they do.
Yeah.
So same kind of thing. But
yeah. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of Flames fans, I should say, are saying that call was, just a little bit of karma for the Coleman call. So,
I agree with that part. Don't get me wrong.
Whatever helps you guys sleep at night, sure. we'll say it's even.
I agree it's karma, but I also agree it's bullshit at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, we didn't talk about the New York Tampa series. I saw Allie put the final score of 6-2 in there for the Rangers. So,
and fun fact for you, Igor Shesterkin has 7 straight home wins now and is tied for third with I lost the tweet here. Actually, you know what? Let me pull it back up here. Because the NHL put out a tweet in regards to where he is on the record now. For that.
For home wins?
Yes. Here it is. So the longest home win streak in the postseason since 1998. Igor Shesterkin is tied for third with, and there could be more names than this, but this is just what it's showing.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Crawford of Chicago in 2014, Tuukka Rask of Boston in 2013, J.S. Shiger of Anaheim in 2003, Patrick Waugh of Colorado in 2000, and Dominik Hasek of Buffalo in 99. The only people ahead of him are with 8, Martin Brodeur of New Jersey in 2003, Chris Osgood of Detroit in 2009, and Jonathan Quick of the Kings in 2013. And then there's only one guy ahead of them, all with 9.
Is it Marc-Andre Fleury?
That's your boy Marc-Andre Fleury,
figured,
2008 with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, that's about the only one that I could think of. I was like, it's probably one of those Fleury records. He's basically the Gretzky of goalies. Like he just holds like all these insane records that like aren't like maybe as untouchable as Gretzky's records, but
yeah, they aren't the main ones. But he's got like a bunch of like the obscure ones, pretty much.
Yeah. Alex says, love that Anaheim is on that list.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Jaguar.
But Shesterkin with game 2, could tie for second with Brodeur, Osgood, and Quick. That's insane.
The fact that the Rangers have home ice advantage in the conference finals against Tampa Bay like confuses me. Like, bless you. You okay? Got another one coming. Unmute. I want to hear this one. Use your sleeve. You disgusting freak.
I'm just making sure I don't have a snot rocket.
Oh, no, I think you're good.
Okay.
Here, let me check for you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, you're good.
All right. Excuse me.
Yeah, it blows my mind that the Rangers finished higher in the standings this year than Tampa Bay. Like it just like seems weird to me.
I feel like it's that thing though that like Stamkos was talking about at the start of the season of we just know we have to get there at this point. Doesn't matter where we are in the standings. As long as we get there, we have a chance.
Yeah, I know. I just still think that Tampa Bay should just always
they should be the top. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess they didn't have home ice advantage in round 1. They
didn't have it for
No, they didn't have it for.
Yeah, they've been the awaits. They've not had home ice the entire playoffs.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And yeah, I guess depending on who comes out of the West, they could not have it for the finals too, because Colorado finished ahead of them. Colorado was like 3rd in the league or something.
I think Colorado's the only. Yeah, yeah, Tampa was ahead of Edmonton.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch this game. I know you said you had it on for a bit, so I don't know if there's anything specific you want to talk about with this one. Or...
Not overly, just that Vasilevsky surprisingly looked kind of meh, and Shesterkin looked great, as mostly usual.
Yeah. Ali had a comment here that I thought it'd be a much lower final score. Yeah, I think a lot of people did, like 6-2 in a conference final for two teams that have been pretty solid defensively, like the last two rounds.
With arguably two of the best goalies in the season.
The two best goalies left in the playoffs, without a doubt. Vasilevsky and Shesterkin.
100%. So the West, this is the one time where everything's kind of flipped around, right? The West is all about offense and skill. The East is all about the goaltending and defense. And let's try to wear each other down. What the fuck has happened?
Yeah, it's the weirdest year for that. You're right.
Yeah.
I do want to watch more Rangers and Bolts games this.
I'll definitely be sitting
this year, though. So
games. Yeah.
Yeah. Just obviously tonight was a recording night. I mean, the game started at like 6 our time, so we go on at 8 our time. So there's really no excuse. Or maybe
I got home from work and like threw on the game pretty much right away. Actually, no, sorry, I didn't throw on the game right away. I watched episode 3 of Kenobi.
Oh yeah.
And holy shit! No spoilers. I'm not saying anything more. But just holy shit! My heart was racing. I can't wait for next week. It was so much fun.
Nice. At this point, I'm just gonna wait until it's out.
Yeah, that's right. It's only 3 more weeks already. So
yeah, I just want to throw this out there though. If anybody that's listening has been watching the new season of Stranger Things, please slide into my DMs. I got all the time in the world for that. I'm not quite done it yet. I have 2 more episodes left. Of what's
because they just put that all out at once, right?
Normally they put 7 episodes out so far, and then the last 2 episodes are coming out on July 4th.
Okay.
So they're kind of breaking the season up into like, here's most of it, and then here's like a finale. But I've got all the time in the world to talk about that. Not on here though, obviously. So please hit me up. I would love to talk about that because it's crazy. So
you can probably message Shane.
Oh, he loves that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he was reading about it earlier today. So yesterday he finished the season so far. So
Shane, if you're listening, hit me up. And if you're not, I'll hit you up once I finish both episodes, probably tonight. So
there you go.
So yeah. Okay, we've got what's quacking here. You've got looks like a TikTok.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I thought we were heading to a promo break, so I wasn't quite prepared. But here we go.
You're 100%. Just whatever. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I realized for the people not watching the podcast, if you want to DM me about Stranger Things, at Carter_Potts, POTTS_97 on Twitter. So just wanted to say that. If you're watching, it's
right there. It's right there.
Yeah. Okay, Nate, let's do it again.
So I came across this TikTok from at Austin Alexander, which perfectly sums up, the kid that's definitely not going to make the team. It kind of gives me Letterkenny vibes, which shout out to the Shamrocks here, by the way. Man, as a coach, I feel like some coaches just want to say this. Some coaches definitely do say this. And let's put it this way. Parents don't typically act like this, but it'd be hilarious if they did as well.
Hey, coach, can I get a minute of your time here?
You got 30 seconds.
It's about my boy, Dominic Bertucci. The boys call him in the room, I think, shit for brains or 2 IQ.
All right, what's the name again?
Dominic Bertucci.
Okay. We put him in a blue penny?
See, you didn't even give him a penny. I just want to know what's going on with it.
Yeah, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, man to man.
I think he's fat. He's slow.
Fat and slow.
He's got the hockey IQ of a walnut. He's got feet for hands.
He gets that from his mother.
Throwing muffins up the middle, absolute sueys to his teammates.
They called them muffin.
Softer than 2-ply in the corners. I've never seen anything like it. It's like a marshmallow out there. He's got 4 points in the last 3 years. 2 of them are empty netters. One was rifled off his head. I didn't know that. He's got the agility of a canoe. He looks absolutely invisible out there. 300 penalty minutes in 20 games, and the boys hate him. Is he trying out for any other teams?
We're looking at the Terriers and the North Stars as well there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go there. Don't even bother having him come in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely.
Okay. No, stay in the car, buddy. Yeah, pack your shit back up.
My favorite line from that, he's got the agility of a canoe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which, by the way, 300 penalty minutes in 20 games, that's an average of exactly 15 minutes per game.
Damn.
That's impressive, to be honest.
Yeah. You know that the coach is just telling that kid, like, hey, just go like slash that guy so he doesn't have to play him for 2 minutes.
Or he's got feet for hands. Yeah, he gets that from his mom.
That was a good one. Yeah. Just the subtle little, yeah, he gets that from his mom. That's like, as the guy's still talking is good.
He's throwing like muffin sueys up the middle. Yeah, last team called him the Muffin Man. Dude, I haven't watched it yet, but shout out to fellow network host, I guess, Terry Ryan, and his debut on, I guess the debut in general of the Letterkenny offshoot, Shoresy. I can't wait to dive into that. I just haven't gotten a chance to yet, but the clips I've seen are fucking fantastic.
You know, that's just going to be a meme factory. Hey,
oh, 100%. Like a lot of the clips that I've seen so far is like Shoresy as a ref, and I'm like, man, I gotta remember some of these actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the point that I'm getting a lot more junior games, and I don't normally say to do it or that kind of thing. There's the occasional time though that I'll chirp back at a player if he's really chirping hard.
Yeah, where you can, just to like shut him up for a few minutes and get him off your back and get him to quiet down. The quote game management.
Exactly. My favorite is when they keep chirping like after they get the penalty and whatnot, and I'll just go and ask them like, "Hey, do you want an extra 2?" I'll go, "No." I'm just like, "All right, then shut the hell up and you sit in the box here, and I'll go do my job."
Yeah.
I did tell one coach actually this weekend, quit telling me how to do my job, and I won't tell you how to do yours, as his team was losing.
I love Nate at his I don't give a shit anymore point.
Oh,
like,
100%. So
what are they going to do? Fire me? Yeah, no way.
My biggest thing this weekend was parents, actually.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, yeah, just if there's any parents here of, kids playing sports or that, and you're berating a referee, especially the ones that are really young. I saw that this weekend. Unfortunately, we had 2 brand new refs doing a novice game, 9 and 10-year-olds. And like, they're just, you can tell these kids are learning. They, with how supply stuff has been, these actually don't even have like official jerseys yet, like for like ref jerseys. And you got parents chirping out and whatnot. Like it was almost a good thing actually that I was mentoring that game, because I yelled across the rink. Like it was dead silent. I yelled across the rink, like enough from the crowd. Like that's the reason across every sport, not just hockey, but like not just lacrosse, but soccer. I was even hearing stories from like a coworker of them doing like junior high volleyball and stuff like that. Like that's how you lose referees. The only reason your kid gets to play a sport is not because you put the money in or anything like that. It's because you get referees coming out. And like, for example, like we're about a month into the season now. These 2 kids are the only 2 that I've seen that are younger than myself officiating this year. I'm 25. That's not a good thing, you guys. That's not a good thing. So like, just you got to remember that the refs are human as well, right? Refs, and you know what? Excuse me. Like I've said some things about the refs this year as well, right? But that's a little bit different. I feel like to a point, right? Because they're supposed to be professionals, right? Like they are the best of the best is what they're supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
But say you got like 14-year-old kids doing like your 9 and 10-year-old kids game, like just be quiet. Cheer for your kid or stay out of the rink. So
yeah.
But
well said. Very well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. If anyone wants to bash you for being a ref and tell you that your glasses aren't working and you should sue your optometrist, then where can they do that at?
I had actually done a Q&A a couple weeks ago. I was like, I've been a ref for 10 years. Ask me anything kind of thing. I got some great questions in there, by the way. But if you want to, continue that Q&A, or you want to bash me for whatever call I made this weekend that you probably didn't like, especially if you're from the Calgary area, you can send that to me on Twitter at Tatenamas, TATENHOMAS. The DMs are open.
Nice. And myself once again at Carter_Potts, POTTS_97. The show at Quack Report Pod, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. I realized it's in the top left corner of everything that we're on, so I can just look up there. And YouTube, the Quack Report. We'll see you next time.